Watch this.
Alright, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm gonna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So boom, first thing first, what you wanna do? Maybe go talk to Church's Chicken, KFC, or something like that. Wanna find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Find you a BBW and shit like that. Find you a good one though. Most BBWs have good jobs. So you find you a good BBW, you know what I'm saying? She probably got her a good little corporate job, good little desk job, because she ain't doing too much walking for sure, 100%. She got her a good little desk job, maybe a little security job. She don't do too much standing up. She be sitting down all day at the desk. Boom, that's perfect. She probably got her own crib and everything. That's how they usually come. Own crib, car, maybe like 1, 2 kids. Shit, it'd be best if she got none. So boom, you see a little BBW and shit like that, you hop down there, you compliment her overly. Damn, I like your hair, you know what I'm saying? Even her hair was fucked up, even her teeth yellow as hell. Well, I like them pretty ass white teeth. Well, I like that dress on you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Overly compliment her. I can get your number, Instagram, whatever. Now, I'm saying she'll probably pretty hard to get a little stuck up and shit like that, but she gonna be overly flattered that you even hopping down on some shit like that. Because most niggas is not hopping down on big girls. These days, for sure. 100%. So, boom. You know what I'm saying? You get an Instagram, get a number like that. You know what I'm saying? It should probably take you like 2 weeks. Probably take you up to 2 weeks until but you link up with her. So boom. After the 2 weeks hit, you talking to her, you know what I'm saying? You probably smack on the first link real shit. You applying pressure overly, you smack on the first link. I know, nigga, you don't like BBWs, but gang, you gotta put yourself sacrifices, nigga. Remember sacrifices. Sacrifices first. So boom. Smack the BBW. But listen, once you smack, gang, you have to deliver the best strokes you ever did in your life. Like, you have to be on your A game, 100%. None lazy, none quick and fast. You gotta be in
Change
that
the battery in the
overly,
smoke detector.
like overtime. Okay, so once you smack that shit down to the floor and shit like that, you gotta tell her, you gotta hit it with a software. You gotta know how to like work your software. Alright, well, guess I'm gonna go back to my car. Guess I'm gonna go back to the bench I sleep on. Boom. To a certain point, it's gonna get to a point where like mine just could be under less than a month, you know, in this hoe. You could get to a certain point where it's like, why am I letting this nigga come smack me and then go live in a fucking car? He might as well move in. Boom. Now you got your roof over your head. You done moved in with Shawty. Even if she got a couple kids, you run the fucking house. You fucking the mama, so you can tell the kids wherever the fuck they want. Wherever you want. It don't matter, they 16, 17, 18.
What a piece
19,
of garbage.
20. Nigga, you fucking the mama is your rules. Nigga, fuck the mama. It don't matter if she paying all the bills, you ain't paying shit, nigga. It's your house. So boom, she smacking this shit, you know what I'm saying? You'll probably be cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring her PlayStation over, playing in the living room and shit like that. You'll be cool without a job for the first 3 months, 100%. Once the 4th, 5th month hit, that's when she can start questioning your job like that. That's when you gotta start looking for a job, you know what I'm saying? Start putting out job applications, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 months hit, probably a couple job vacations, you know what I'm saying? You get your job, run your sack up, save your money. Nigga, do not start paying no bills now. She was doing it before you had a job. She can do it now. She can do it still by herself. That's not your fucking house. It's her house, gang. You know what I'm saying? Stack your money up, run your little sack up and shit like that. Then once you do that, shit, you been in for a cool 6 months. They ran you up a couple thousand. Shit, you might as well leave the bitch. Alright, boom. You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job. I'm finna put you on.
This is me on TikTok. Oops. Juliana Angel, Dark Mask Diva. Follow me on TikTok. Alright, don't follow this dude. Don't follow that loser. He's a hobosexual. H-O-B-O-sexual. Alright? That guy is trash. Loser. Sex worker to sleep on. Sleep with ladies to stay in their house. Alright, I don't know, I don't even know where to begin with that. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, I'm Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. That guy is trash, alright? When I was talking about in my other content about men targeting overweight women, was I lying? Was I lying a little bit? No, I was not lying. I am not trying to pick on BBWs. I used to be a BBW. I've lost 75, 80 pounds. This guy's not lying. I'm going to tell you something. The way men treated me then compared to the way they treat me now, and I don't even think I'm skinny. I mean, I'm still curvy, okay? But the way men treated me then compared to the way men treat me now, complete 180. Complete 180. The kind of men that talk to me then compared to the men that talk to me now. Completely different types of men. Completely different types. The ones that talk to me now, providers. Those are the ones that talk to me now. Guys, I'm in a relationship, so I don't need them to talk to me, but they do still try to talk to me. Gainfully employed. I don't get any of these bums trying to talk to me. I mean, they look at me. I have a healthy looking body, and I was still beautiful when I was fat. My face card did not decline. I mean, and I liked myself. I mean, it's like, what was the problem? It's just that I was big. All right. And I had these losers trying to shoot their shot with me. And I kept wondering, why do all these bums keep talking to me? Like, and I didn't know. Well, it's because of guys like this telling people that you got to get yourself a BBW and get in her house and saying they hook up with you. They get you off the street, they hook up with you, and they do all this stuff, and they take care of you. Okay, I don't know if that's true. Not all BBWs do stuff like that, but anyway, ladies, beware. This is what needs to happen, all right? You don't want to hear this. Ladies, stop hooking up. Hookup culture needs to stop. I mean, do we not have enough diseases going around? You don't know what that person's body count is. You don't know who they've been with, okay? They've been on the street. You don't know what they've had to do to survive. Stop it with the hookup culture, okay? You don't know who anybody's been with. And, who's going to tell the truth these days? I mean, if you're smart, you're not going to tell the truth. I mean, let's just keep it real. So, seriously, stop hooking up with people. All right. You want to date somebody for what they can bring into your life, and you don't want to think with your shame triangle, okay? And I'm talking to men, I'm talking to women, I'm talking to everybody, whatever you identify as. Stop thinking with your shame triangle, whatever your shame triangle is, okay? Stop it. Stop hooking up with people. Start dating with people for what they can do for you, okay? What they can add to your life, okay? Stop hooking up with people. Okay, stop thinking with that part of your body. Just quit it, all right? Because these guys, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, and I'm going to tell you, this guy, I mean, don't be too shocked by what he said, even though I'm just sitting there with my stomach turning, listening to him. But honestly, men routinely sleep with women they don't like. They sleep with women they hate. They sleep with women they absolutely are not attracted to. This guy is telling guys to sleep with these BBWs, and he's insinuating that nobody likes BBWs. First of all, that's not true. Okay, a lot of guys do like BBWs. They do. Okay, a lot of guys. FETISHIZIE. Yeah, I think I spelled that right. BBWs. All right, because I remember when I was one, people used to say sensual things to me all the time. All right, the compliments I get now are you're beautiful, you're a goddess, you're this, you're that. But when I was big, all I got was people saying sensual things to me. So people think sensual things about BBWs, okay? People are attracted to BBWs, so don't even let that guy throw shade. He doesn't like BBWs, okay? I'm gonna let you know it's just something. It's a societal thing, all right? That guy doesn't like BBWs. That guy's a piece of garbage, all right? I would tell you to lose the weight simply because I was heavy and it gave me a lot of health problems. That's why I lost the weight. All right. And I had no idea how much my life would change once I lost the weight. So it's probably the best thing I ever did for myself, because I'm a lot healthier now, and things are going so much better for me now that I lost the weight. So if you are overweight and you're wondering if your life is going to change once you do it. Absolutely, 100% do it. Your life is going to change. You're going to have, well, men are always going to try to use women. They're going to try to use them in some way, shape, or form, but it's not going to be the element of these dusties trying to pull that scam. It's not going to be that particular problem. And men are always going to sensualize women, but it's going to be a different thing. It's a different type of sensualizing women. But so you're gonna have to pick the least of the evils. Okay, you're gonna have to pick the problem. All right. But I would pick being thin over being fat any day. All right. And I don't even think I'm thin, but I wouldn't mind being thinner. Honestly, being thin feels a lot better than being bigger. Being smaller feels better than being bigger. So I'm gonna just put that out there, and it's the God's honest truth. Okay, so we need to stop with the hookup culture. If you are somebody who's of a certain age, you have a good job, especially if you have kids at home. You really want your kids seeing that. Kids watch people use their mama and mistreat their mama, and what do you think that does to them psychologically? And that also makes them disrespect their mama, because I've talked to people, they're like, yeah, my mom's sleeping with this bum and she's doing this stuff, and it's just making me have some kind of opinion about my mom, and people have told me that before. So don't think I'm making this up. You don't want your kids thinking some kind of thing about you. Okay, so yeah. And kids just don't need to see somebody treating their mom like that. They don't need to see their dad treating their mom like that, and they don't need to see their mom picking up people off the street, like dudes sleeping in their car, sleeping on a bench, sleeping in the park, whatever, and there's a problem with unhoused people with what they're going through right now. It's not your job to rescue them. As bad as the problem is right now, there needs to be some kind of solution. This guy thinks he has all the answers, but that's predatory what he's talking about. All right, so you need to find a man who can do something for you. Okay, who is showing you respect, who's not preying on you and thinking that you're the lowest on the totem pole, and he thinks he can get over on you because you have low self-esteem and you're thirsty for compliments because you probably never get compliments because you're big. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? That's absolutely horrible. And he secretly thinks you're undesirable, but he's gonna hit it anyway. Okay, yeah, it's true. A lot of guys just think it's fun to sleep with women they're not attracted to. I know that's hard to hear. A lot of guys will just, they get off on sleeping with women they think are ugly. So if you're some woman with a high body count, that's not even a flex. If you're some guy with a high body count, that's not even a flex. I mean, some ugly guys get the most vagina. Yeah. I mean, I've met a lot of ugly guys that get a lot of vagina, and you're just like, and a lot of ugly broke guys who get a lot of vagina, and you're just like, well, they're ugly and they're broke. How are they getting all this vagina? I don't know. I mean, they just have a lot of good pickup lines, I guess. They just have a lot of game, and you're wondering how they're ugly and they're getting it. And there's, you know, a lot of ugly women, and they have a high body count. You think it's the pretty women. Well, no, it's really, there's a lot of ugly women that have a high body count. And it's whatever. It's whatever women decide that they want to sleep with a lot of people. It really doesn't matter what you look like, because men will always want to do it. Okay, and so it's whatever woman decides that she wants to sleep with a lot of people. It doesn't matter how attractive she is, because men don't care what you look like. They just care about getting some. Most men are just desperate to even get some. Okay, so don't even think it's a flex if you've been with a lot of people. It's really not. Okay, and we need to stop giving it away, and we need to stop hooking up with people, and we need to start making some real soul connections with people, and we need to start dating hypergamously, and we need to start getting with people who will actually add value to our lives, that'll want to do nice things for us, and will treat us with respect. All right, and we'll want to add value to our life, whatever we consider that value. Okay, but we want somebody who is going to make our lives better, not people who are secretly disrespecting us and considering us repulsive. I mean, did you hear the way that guy was talking about BBWs? Like, he just thinks that they're just gross. That's horrible. I mean, imagine somebody staying at your house and telling his friends, yeah, you know, I'm tapping this woman and she's nasty, but you know, I need a place to stay or whatever. That's freaking not cool. Okay, so that's more than not cool. But you know, I have to watch what I say on the show, or you know, we get in trouble because of some of the stuff we say on here. So here's another scenario, and I also talk about this on my show as well. Don't take somebody and try to build them into what you want. Okay? Now, my first husband and I had these roommates, and it was a couple. Okay, and one of the ladies, the other lady, it was a man and a woman. The lady was a BBW. Okay, and her fiance used to live on the street, and he was actually a really cool guy. So he wasn't like the guy in the video. And so I'm not going to say bad things about unhoused people, because I've known a lot of really cool unhoused people. So I don't have, like, I'm not going to die on a hill like unhoused people are, you know, bad or whatever, because they're really not. Okay, you know, a lot of people are just like a couple paychecks away from being on the street themselves. So I don't have like a problem with unhoused people. Okay, that particular guy, yeah, I have a problem with him. This guy I'm talking about, I don't. He's actually a really cool guy. So, but what this woman tried to do was, she tried to, and don't be like her. Okay? She took him off the street, and then she tried to build a man. Okay? She took him and she cleaned him up, and they had a relationship. And he proposed to her. I don't know where he got the money for a ring. I don't know if she bought her own ring, or, you know, what that was, but that's sad, okay, if that's how it went down. But, you know, she had a good job or whatever. She was always working. She tried to tell him what to do all the time. She was always having to motivate him. She was always having to tell him what to do. She was always wearing the pants. She was always having to be the impetus behind everything that they did. And you shouldn't have to do that. She was always saying, okay, you need to have a job and go to school at the same time. You need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, blah. You need to. Okay, so here's the thing. He was undiagnosed on the spectrum. Now, if you know anything about people on the spectrum, sometimes they can't, say, go to work and hold down a job at the same time, because they'll get autistic burnout. All right, so none of us knew he was on the spectrum at the time because this was quite a while ago, and I wouldn't be talking about it if it was recent. So this was, this was a long time ago. And so, we just only recently found out he was on the spectrum. So this is why he could not hold down a job and go to school at the same time, because it burned him out too much. So he could not do that, and she was getting mad at him, not understanding why he could not handle a workload and a certain number of units at school. Well, he just couldn't do that, because some people on the spectrum just can't do that, and that's not their fault. Well, she was mad. She wanted normal out of him. She didn't understand. He'd been on the streets for years. Cognitively, he just could not do it. Okay, so she expected him to do all these things. Then he was at work, and he got robbed at gunpoint. Well, after that, he got PTSD. So he just really couldn't function at all after that. He was completely traumatized, and he just got even too scared to leave the house. Okay, so this was someone who was on the street, and then he got robbed, and all these scary things that had happened to him on the street as well. So he was really just done for after that, and she really was mad because she wanted him to function at a certain capacity, and he was unable to. And I'm thinking, you took him off the street, you tried to build him up, you tried to get him to do all these things. He can't do all these things. He's broken. She didn't understand that. She didn't take into consideration what he had been through. She didn't really see that there was something amiss with him. But she was trying to build a man, and it was like, I really want to caution everybody out there that you can't take somebody and tell them what to do. Okay, a person either wants to do it, they're either capable of doing it. Some people are simply not capable of doing it. People either want to do it or they don't want to do it. They're either capable of doing it or they're not capable of doing it. So, this is a common BBW trope where the BBW wears the pants and wants to mother the male partner and tell him what to do. So I'm going to caution you also as a BBW not to do that. There was another situation where I was friends with a couple, and the wife is a BBW, and she was constantly having to nag the husband, and she wore the pants in the marriage, and he was a sweetheart. He was a real sweetheart, like a really nice guy. But she was the earner in the relationship, and she resented it. Okay, she was bringing in more money. He was really good with the kids. Those were her kids, not his. He was really good with the kids. He was a real sweetheart. He was a really good partner. He was wonderful in every way, but he was not an earner. And she was always just nagging him and on his case and pushing him. He just simply was not a breadwinner, and she was always trying to push him and nag him and get him to do things. Okay, sometimes you need to vet better than that. You can't have everything. You have to look for a certain traits in a person. Okay. I'm not saying you can't have that as a BBW, but you can't be the person who is backleading in the relationship. Okay? Your partner has to want to be that partner who is the provider. All right? So that's just a cautionary tale. And I just wanted everybody to believe me when I'm talking about BBWs falling prey to guys commonly believing that they are just sitting ducks waiting for people to just take advantage of them. All right. guys talk about using these BBWs, and these BBWs even letting them cheat on them with skinny women. I'm not going to make another content about that because I really don't know much about it, and quite frankly I don't want to talk about it. But these guys are garbage. Please be forewarned. And when I talk about this stuff, I'm not joking about it, and I found that on TikTok just now and I had to show you. I didn't want to wait one more second, so I'm sorry that I didn't do split screen. I had to show you right now, and it's horrible. And I just are you shocked? Because I am. Anyway, I love you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next content. Bye bye.